Alright then guys, welcome back to the Dev Misters YouTube channel. As always, my name is Abubakar Zakari and this is the fourth video in my CockroachDB database setup and usage guide. So in this video, what I'm going to be showing you guys is how you can set up and use the CockroachDB in your Django project. So if you've been following along in the previous videos, I showed you guys how you can create a free account on the Cockroach Labs platform. And then after that, I showed you guys how you can create a cluster which will contain your CockroachDB database. So this is the current state. This is the current state that we are at right now. If you're following along, you should be right here. If you have your free CockroachDB database with 50 million request units and 10 gigabytes of storage. And also you should have your connection string. So the password for the database, and this is its connection string. So now this is a very simple Django project which I have set up specifically for this tutorial. As you can see, the Django project has only one application, which is it right here, and within that application we have one model. As you can see, currently right now this is if I go to the settings.py, so you can see currently right now this is using a DBS SQLite database, which is the default database that comes with every Django project. So I've already migrated the database and I've started the server. If I go to it, as you can see right here, it currently has two objects in that specific model, so body and title. Let me delete one of these. I'm going to be using it. Okay, so that has been deleted. Now to follow along with this, I'm going to be going to the article which I wrote, which is how to set up and use CockroachDB in Django projects. So within this article, I explain the different steps that you're going to need. So for this tutorial, we're just going to be following that. So this is blah blah. No, okay. This one contains the link to the previous videos in this playlist. You can check it out if you want. I suggest you check it out so that we'll be on the same page. And then this also contains the article, so you can see. This article shows you how you can create a free CockroachDB database on Cockroach Labs. So if you follow the steps, it will show you how you can create an account and also how you can get your CockroachDB database. Alright, let me come back here. So now, as you can see, the first thing that you have to do, the first step, is installing the required packages. We're going to be using three packages. We're going to be using the cyclepg2-binary, which is a PostgreSQL database adapter for the Python programming language. As you know, Django is built using the Python programming language. So we can install it like this. Let me close my server first of all. As you can see, I've already activated my virtual environment, but if you don't know how to activate it, you can just do this on Windows. This is vmv/scripts/activate, and it's going to activate your virtual environment right here. So mine is already activated. All I just need to do is paste this in, and it's going to install the packages in that virtual environment. So that one has been installed. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is you're going to be using the Django CockroachDB package. This provides the database engine for connecting to CockroachDB database. If you've used other should I say other type of database like PostgreSQL, and you know that the engine for PostgreSQL is different as well, but for CockroachDB you have to use the specific one. So if you want to read more about it, you can go to this link right here. Let me quickly open it up so that you guys can see. It will take you to the project, to the package, and as you can see, you can learn more about it, the different kind of options that you have. I'm going to be keeping this as simple as possible. If let's say you're not using the connection string, this is another way which you can use to connect it. But as you know, if you follow the previous video, I told you guys that we're going to be using the connection string for it, which is this one right here. So this is another method of connecting your database. Then, well, you can just come here and take a read if you want. So let me just close that. All right. Now the next thing, like I said, we need to do is install this. You can just copy this right here, go back to this place, paste it in, click on enter, and it's going to install it. As you can see, that's done as well. Now the next package is the python.net package. Now this package is optional, but it is highly recommended when you want to use your project in a production environment, because it's not good for you to be hard coding let's say secret keys or your database configuration inside of your project. If you host it on GitHub and your project is public, anyone can just go to that place and have access to it. But if you add it as environment variables, then you just need to specify it in your production environment on whatever hosting platform you are using. So let me see, this is the python.net package. You can also go to this place to learn more about the package. This link, I showed you guys how you can set it up, so I suggest you click on this link right here for you to learn how to set up the package. So let's just go to that place right now. As you can see, first things first I need to do is install the package. I install it by just copying this right here, pasting it in. Okay, package has been installed. Then the next thing is to copy this os and import.net. Just copy it and place it somewhere up here is good. Yeah, paste it right here. Now the next thing that you need to do is copy this as well and add it to your settings.py file as well. Let's say add it here. It's good. Now for us to test it out, I think, yeah, that's everything. Yes, I also did a video on it in case um you want to watch that. So let's try and hide our secret key. So just copy this right here. Yep. First things first is to copy this. Let's say this is a sample, right? So you can copy this right here. You need to create a .env file in the root directory of your project. As you can see right here, you need to create a .env file right here. You can do that by just right clicking on new file .env. I already have one like that, so I'm not going to do it. And you just come to the .env file. Let me clean this up first. Then you paste it in. Right now, remove this and go and copy your actual right here. You copy your actual secret key, come back here, paste it in, save it. Then the next thing you need to do now is copy this right here, copy this, then you go to your settings.py, you use it to replace the secret key. So what this does is that, as you can see right now, we've not hard coded our um, secret key in our Django project. So if we upload this project on GitHub and it is public, no one has access to it. So what it does is that this reads from this .env file, which you should ensure that you add to your .gitignore file, so that it won't be uploaded to GitHub. This is only going to be used locally. So in your production environment, when you are hosting your project, you can now add the key and the value, which is right here. This is the key and then this is the value. You can add it in the environment variables for your hosting platform. So that's just a sample of to show you guys how you can use it. Let me just go back quickly. So that has been set up. Yes, okay. So now the last package that we need is this DJ database URL, which allows us to utilize the 12-factor inspired by database URL environment variable. So I'll show you guys how that works. All you just need to do is copy this first. Once you copy this, and you come here, install again, and then you install it. I'll confirm that this is still recording. Okay. So as you can see, it has finished installing. You follow this step. Next thing you need to do now is copy this right here. We already have this from that python.net package. So below it, you just paste this in. Let me add a little space. Okay, now after this is done, what you need to do is add the connection string to your environment variable. Now, remember how we added the secret key to the environment variable? Well, we're going to be adding the connection string as well. So let me just copy this. This is a sample. Come back here, add it below the secret key. Now, this is not our actual value, so let me remove this quickly and grab our actual connection string. So you can see right here. Now, if your connection string maybe in this place is showing input password, all you just need to do is copy your password. Remember, I told you that you should save your password if you follow the previous video. You copy it and then you place it here. So let me copy the connection string now. I copy this and I come here, then I paste it inside. Okay, what did I do wrong? Alright, so now it's been added. We've added our secret key, we've added our database URL as environment variables. Now, next thing that you need to do now is to update your database configuration. Now, if you remember, we're using the default DB SQLite database configuration, this one right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to comment that out and then you're going to paste this in. So you just need to copy this right here, go to your settings.py, then you can see this is it right here. Just comment this out and paste it under it. So what this does do is that this will be using the DJ database URL package to pick the connection string and use it to connect to the database. As you can see, remember I told you that the engine that we're going to be using is this one right here. This is Django CockroachDB. That's why we had to install that Django CockroachDB package. So as you can see, this is going to be picking. You can hard code your connection string right here, but like I said, it's not advised. It's better for you to add it as an environment variables for you to secure your keys. So this is going to pick that database URL from your environment variables, this value right here, and add it. So that is done. All right. Now the next thing we need to do is to, let me see, am I forgetting anything? Okay, yeah. Now, if you remember the connection string that you got, it is verified full for the SSL mode. Now, you're going to need to change it to verified as to required. Now, you see, while you were creating the, let's say while you were creating the database, it would have given you an option to download a file which you can put to verify the database. Now we didn't do that because we are trying to keep this as simple as possible. So instead we'll just use this one, is required right here. Yeah, you need to download the certificate and add it to your project. So for the purpose of this, yeah, I am using a different mode. So we use the SSL mode and set it to verified to require right here. So like I said, your connection string will have verify full. All you just need to do is change the verify full to required. So let me just copy this right here, come back here, go to the env file. Although let me show you guys what will go wrong first of all if we try to use, let's say, let me keep it as this first. Let me show you guys what would go wrong if we try to use it. So let me say, let's try and migrate the database now. Python manage.py migrations. Can you see? Got error checking a consistent migration history performed for database connection. Connection to server at this failed. Root certificate file does not exist. This is the file I was telling you about, that it will give you the option to download it when you are creating the database. And if you follow the previous video, you see that we didn't do that. We were trying to keep this as simple as possible. So now let me change this to required. Save this. Now let's try it again. Make migrations. You see, it said no changes detected. That's because we haven't actually added anything, and our migration history is still there from when we were connected to a DB SQLite database. So now all we need to do is migrate the database. Manage.py migrate. Okay, as you can see, it's working. It's going to take a few here. It's going to take a few seconds for it to be migrated completely. And let's just watch and see. All right, as you can see, it has finished migrating the content to the database. So now our Django project is connected fully to this CockroachDB database right here. It is connected to this one. So let me show you. Let me prove it to you guys. Let me run the database. Python manage.py on server. Okay. I didn't create a HTML page, so I'm going to need to have access to the dashboard. And to do that, we have to create a super user. So let me do that right now. I don't know why is this like this. And close it and open another one. Okay, so now you need to do is Python manage.py create super user. This is just to create a super user account so that I can access that database and show you guys. So let me use Mr. Zach. So the super user has been created successfully. Come to this place. Let's show you. As you can see, the Django project is working. So let's try and access that database now. Now you just need to put in the username and the password. Okay, as you can see, if I go to the blogs section of the database, you will see that it is empty because we haven't added anything. We just connected the database now. So I can add, let me add an object to it and see. Dev instance web testing CockroachDB database connection, and save this. As you can see, it's been added successfully. It's been added successfully. So our Django project is now fully connected to the CockroachDB database that we created right here on the Cockroach Labs platform. So let me quickly add something. I have a GitHub repo which I would like to host this project so that anyone that wants to have access to it, that's you want to have access to this project right here with all the packages, you can just clone the project. Once you clone the project, the configuration settings are already there. You just install the packages, then you create a .env file and you just add your secret key, and then you add your DJ, uh, so you add your database connection string and you're good to go. Immediately you can just start creating models, creating more apps if you wish, and adding more functionalities. So let me just hit init first. This is pip freeze requirements.txt. This is just to create a requirement.txt file with all the packages that we've used. As you can see, Django, CockroachDB, CyclePG2 binary, and Python .NET. So I've initialized a Git repository. The next thing we need to do now is let me just add it and then commit it. Git add. Okay, I'm going to need a git ignore file first. Let me not waste you guys time. I will do this and host the project on GitHub right here, and I'll drop a link in the description of the video so that you can get access to this in case you want to use it. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and if this video have been of help to you, do consider liking it and subscribing to the channel. So in the next video, what I'm going to be focusing on is showing you guys how you can use a CockroachDB database as well. I'm going to be deleting this one and creating another one. I'll show you guys how you can use the new one that I've created, how you can use it to act as the database in your Next.js project. So I'll see you guys in the next video.